Hi Capricorn, welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. Remember to watch all three so that you know which part of you I resonate with most as a reader, and also use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. Excuse me. If you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves ya, and if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit the subscribe button. For your key to the week this week, you have the Magician card. Okay, so in all of these different areas of life, you are about to experience really a moment where you feel like you're at your height or at your peak. Remember, the Magician card, it really is the power in your hands. It really does suggest you have everything that you need at your current disposal. And what it also suggests is that you're bringing your ideas to ground, right? So this week, on a more practical level, the ideas, the thoughts, the processes, the things that you've been working towards now start to, this is where you're effectively putting them into practice, where you're making them real. Remember, this card as well is a very powerful card, the Magician card, and it also gives you the ability to communicate what it is that you want in a way that really sees you getting what you want. So I love this for you. For your actions and options, you've got the King of Swords. So for a lot of you, this could be some form of career advancement. The King of Swords tends to show up as the career, and it also shows up as your personal expertise, right? So this week you might be demonstrating a personal level of skill. It might be you demonstrating your expertise. Your subject matter knowledge could really shine through this week. Now, this may have a lot to do with paperwork, documentation, all of that kind of stuff. The other thing with the King of Swords as well, it very often, it has like a legal slant to it, right? Forget it just representing a person, which we'll talk about in a moment. The King of Swords can represent where we're having to deal with legal professionals, legal matters, etc., and very often has a lot to do with our subject matter expert or expertise in some regard. Now, the other thing with the King of Swords, this is the deliberation, like it's the decision that's made, right? The final decision. So something that you've been going back and forward over for a while, something that you've been deliberating on for some time, it kind of makes itself known to you this week, meaning you make a decision this week and you stick to it. Now, in terms of the options that are, or should I say, in terms of a person, the King of Swords tends to represent an air sign male, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. This is somebody who is very powerful, someone that's very strong, somebody that's a really good communicator, a master of what they do, that could be playing some form of assistant to you. This could be that they are a benefactor. It could even be your boss. In terms of the options that are available to you, the King of Swords gives you the ability to kind of decide how something is going to go and also see something through to completion. So you're seeing something wrap up here in a really big way. When it comes to your communications and conversations, you've got the Ace of Wands. I love this for you, right? So imagine now the Magician is the wielder of the wand. The Ace of Wands is the wand, right? So what this tells us is this is going to be a very big week when it comes to communications and conversations. There are going to be ideas 3 and 4 a penny. You are going to be communicating in a way that is dynamic, that's on point. You have a lot to say this week, and more importantly, people are really receiving you well. I love the Ace of Wands for communications, and I love it for career because it's fresh starts, new directions that open up for you. It's new ideas that have the chance to really become something real or tangible for you moving forward. Absolutely love this. I think it's great. Now, when it comes to those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, you very much hit the ground running, right? You know what you're studying. You obviously you're a Capricorn. You've obviously read all of your books, right? I always found it weird, like when I think it's J.K. Rowling said that Hermione is a Virgo. I beg to differ on that. I think Hermione's more a Capricorn. Call me crazy, but yeah, I don't know. I think she's more of a Capricorn. Anyway, What this tells me is that you have a good level of knowledge and your personal expertise is going to meet some of your creative energy this week, in that you might be able to come up with something new, something pioneering through or with your studies. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, love this for you. If you are employed by somebody else, this is you showing your mettle. It's you showing up in a really great way. It's you really talking the talk, but walking the walk as well. And people seeing very quickly, wow, you're super good at your job, but you're actually very approachable. You might find that this puts you on some kind of fast track for your career in a way that really makes you smile. When it comes to those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, whatever new ideas you have or new avenues or directions that you want to take your business in, this bodes very, very well for you, especially with this King of Swords, right? Because you're seen as an authority, and because you've got the Magician card here, you're able to say the right things to the right people, and you're forging connections this week, and maybe not even necessarily just within the professional sphere. It's like maybe you're making actual friends with people who could be very beneficial for your business this week. Love, love, love this. You know, sometimes it's what happens outside of the boardroom that is just as important as what happens inside of it as well. For those of you that are retired and no longer working, this is a week for fun. There is laughter, there is joy, there's a lot of creative energy here. I'm seeing a lot of you writing something or writing things down. You're crafting something with your pen and your mind, and it's like whatever you're doing, the comedic timing of it all is absolutely on point. And something that not a lot of people know, you know, you expect it to be like your Leos and your Geminis and stuff, but actually one of the a lot of comedians have either a very well placed Saturn or Capricorn placements, because the comedy is all about timing, right? And no one does timing better than the Saturnian signs, Aquarius and Capricorn, right? So interesting stuff. With that said, when it comes to those of you that are no, I've done that. I did retired. For your love and relations, you've got the Three of Cups. This is really nice. So if you are partnered, married, or in a long-term commitment, you and your partner are getting back to the fun. You're getting back to the enjoyment. You're getting back to the pleasure. You might be, you know, if you are partnered, you could be sexting this week. You could be, you know, maybe having a lot of fun in the bedroom, and it spills over into wordplay and innuendos. And there's just like a really nice, airy sort of feeling around the intimate connection that you have with your significant other this week that I think you're absolutely going to love. When it comes to those of you that are single, you could be connecting with somebody that you would consider a power player, right? With the Magician card and the King of Swords, this would be somebody that is like very well educated, somebody that's really smart, maybe somebody that's very well known in their field. There could be a lot of fun, a lot of sexy, creative sort of energy flowing backwards and forwards. There could be some really nice dating energy in this as well. And it's like whoever you're meeting or connecting with, there's a true energy of meeting of minds, right? There's a true energy of, yeah, like we get each other, but also we match each other. And that's really, it's important to find somebody that matches your energy anyway. But I think for Capricorns, you need to find somebody that really matches you on a mental level. I've found that that's very, very true. Like the mental stimulation needs to be just as on point as the physical stuff. For your money and materials, you have the Knight of Wands, right? So here you've got this with the Magician card, and what this tells me is that there is a really there's a really dynamic energy that's coming into your finance sector. This may have a lot to do with the energies that are playing out. Remember, Pluto is now in your second house of money, finances, and resources. If you're an ascendant Capricorn, right, to a lesser degree, but still relevant, the sun and the moon. All right. What this tells me, there's the Capri yawn. what this tells me, that Knight of Wands is a very vibrant energy, right? It's very, it's what tends to happen with the Knight of Wands as well. This is things like overtime. It's where we get more, more hours, more sort of like time to make money, but it's short-lived, right? You've got this with the Magician. So if you can sweet talk it or speech it, there's also a possibility here that you could. That you could extend this, right? But it's a short-term boost to the finances. That's about it. Now, when it comes to your physical health and vitality, probably one of my favorite cards for health and vitality, because it's a lot of energy. The one thing that I will say to you is, because there's a few reasons and I won't go into why, but I will say watch out for inflammation of the hands and the wrists and the fingers this week. All right, make sure you're getting your water. When it comes to your home and environment, home is going to be busy. It's going to be more like a base of operations this week as opposed to like a sanctuary. It's just going to be a very busy, dynamic week, I think. And I think part of that is going to be that you're going to be spending a lot of time away from home. If you're partnered, it will be your partner that's spending time away from home. All right. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a great week. It looks like you will. Let me know in the comments. Take care, and I'll see you soon.